What do the Olympics, a family of sports legends, and a historic golf streak have in common? They're all part of Nelly Korda's amazing career. Hi, I'm Leah, feeling curious today and ready to dive into Nelly Korda's journey.
And I'm Garrett, totally pumped to explore this one. Welcome to Laid Back Learning with Leah and Garrett. All right, let's set the stage for this one. Today's topic is simple and stacked at the same time. Nelly Korda's career overview. Here's a thought I've been turning over. The first time I tried golf, I showed up with rental clubs, optimism, and zero putting touch. I spent 9 holes lagging 3 putts short, then ramming the next one 10 feet past. You know that feeling, like the cup suddenly shrinks. Afterward, I looked up some clutch moments from Nelly Korda. She's known for this cool, steady heartbeat under pressure. We're talking playoff wins and those last hole birdies. Watching her, I realized my disaster wasn't just about mechanics, it was the mental side. Golf's a precision sport, but it's also a breathing exercise with consequences. Nelly resets after mistakes. Like at the Pelican in 2021 when she triple bogeyed 17, then still won a 4-way playoff. That kind of bounce back, it's a blueprint for pressure, and it made me want to treat every putt as a fresh start, not a verdict on my talent.
That's so relatable. Real talk, putting feels like a lie detector for your nerves, and Nelly's whole vibe is composure with intention. The way she handles a playoff, which is golf's tiebreaker with extra holes, shows how she slows the moment down. That's a lesson for any of us when the stakes feel big. Let's open the book on this. Nelly Korda is an American professional golfer who dominates the LPGA Tour, which is the top women's tour in the United States. She's a 4-time major champion, with the Women's PGA in 2021, the Chevron in 2024 and 2026, and the U.S. Women's Open in 2026. She even took Olympic gold in Tokyo, which is wild and historic.
And here's where it gets really interesting. She spent over 100 weeks as world number 1. Quick note, the world ranking in golf uses a rolling average. That means your points from the last 2 years gradually decay, so consistency matters a ton. Nelly's lived at the top because she strings together wins and high finishes across seasons, not just one hot month.
She's also basically a golfing prodigy who stayed a prodigy into adulthood. By that, I mean she flashed talent young, then converted it into grown-up results across continents and formats. Stroke play, where every shot counts, and match play, where it's hole by hole, she's got both toolkits ready to go.
Picture this. Nelly was born into a sports powerhouse family. Her dad, Peter Korda, is a former tennis pro and the 1998 Australian Open champion. Her mom, Regina Rakhurtova, also played pro tennis. Her sister, Jessica Korda, is an LPGA winner, and her brother, Sebastian Korda, is a top tennis pro who won the Australian Open boys title. That competitive DNA is, undeniable.
She trained at IMG Academy in Florida, which is a high-performance school for elite athletes. That environment, with coaching and competition every day, helped her jump from talented junior to pro-ready. Early evidence of that: at 14, she made the cut at the U.S. Women's Open, which is the toughest setup in women's golf. That's a flex.
Her junior resume had those grit moments too. At the 2015 Harder Hall Invitational, she got a 2-stroke penalty on the first hole for using a caddy where it wasn't allowed, but still won. That's the mental reset skill in action.
Then 2016, she turns pro and starts on the Symetra Tour, which is now called the Epson Tour, the LPGA's developmental circuit. She wins in Sioux Falls by 3, finishes 9th on the money list, and earns her LPGA card for 2017. That's quick work.
Rookie year on the LPGA, she posts top 10s and admits travel was a grind. You can feel the learning curve. But 2018 is a jump. She partners with caddy Jason McDay. A caddy is more than a bag carrier. They're a strategist and a calm voice on shot selection. She finishes runner-up in Singapore and then wins her first LPGA title in Taiwan that fall.
The Taiwan win also meant both Korda sisters had LPGA victories, which is a rare sibling achievement. And it wasn't a one-off. She stacked 7 top 10s that year. That's close to the heart of it. She converted near misses into a foundation.
By early 2019, she won the Australian Open in Adelaide. That sealed the Korda family's Australia Slam. Peter's tennis major, Jessica's Aussie LPGA win, Sebastian's junior Grand Slam there, and Nelly's LPGA title. Cross-sport, cross-generation, all in Australia. That's pretty cool, right?
She also makes her Solheim Cup debut in 2019. The Solheim is the Women's Ryder Cup equivalent, the US versus Europe in match play. She teamed with Jessica in foursomes, which is alternate shot, and they went full-on dominant. It showed how her precise driving and iron play mesh with a partner under pressure.
Next up, 2021 becomes the rocket year. She wins the Gainbridge LPGA and the Measure LPGA Classic, then takes her first major at the Women's PGA Championship. That major pushed her to world number 1. Majors carry extra ranking weight, kind of like double credit exams in school.
Then the Olympics in Tokyo. She fires a 62 in round 2. She was on pace for a 59 before a double at the last, which is still jaw-dropping. She wins gold by 1 over Moni Inami, who is a Japanese star with a smooth clutch short game. That gold was the first by an American woman in golf since 1900. Historic is not an overstatement.
Late that year, she wins the Pelican in a 4-way playoff with Lydia Ko, Lexi Thompson, and Kim Se-young. Quick IDs. Lydia Ko is a New Zealand great and former number 1. Lexi Thompson is a long-hitting American major winner. Kim Se-young is a Korean major champ and birdie machine. Nelly triple bogeys 17 in regulation, then resets and still outduels that trio. Nails it.
But 2022 throws a scare. She has a blood clot in her arm, needs surgery, and misses time. She returns at the US Women's Open, finishes top 10, nearly wins the Measure the next week, and later defends the Pelican to briefly regain world number 1. That's resilience defined.
Why did she regain number 1 without playing earlier that fall? Because of that rolling average we mentioned. Points from other players age out, so your past big results can matter even on an off week. It's math meeting momentum, even if you're at home watching Netflix.
In 2023, she signs with TaylorMade for equipment and Nike for apparel, 2 global brands, and adds Delta and T-Mobile as sponsors. She manages back pain by resting in the spring, then still wins on the Ladies European Tour in London over Charlie Hull, who's a big-time English talent. Balance, smart planning.
Now 2024 is the heater. She wins the drive-on in Bradenton with an eagle birdie finish to force a playoff over Lydia Ko, then takes the Fir Hills Seri Pack Championship in a playoff, then the Ford Championship by 2. That's already 3 straight starts.
She adds the T-Mobile match play over Leona Maguire, who's Ireland's elite match play assassin, 4 and 3 in the final. Winning match play and stroke play back-to-back shows tactical range. Then she wins the Chevron Championship for a major. 5 consecutive starts. That club only had Annika Sorenstam and Nancy Lopez in it before, both absolute legends.
She even takes a short break after Chevron, citing rest and mental reset. That's modern athlete wisdom. Comes back and wins the Mizuho Americas Open. By season's end, she's got 7 LPGA wins, the most since Yani Tseng in 2011. That's a wow.
There were near misses, too. She led the Women's British Open on Sunday, but finished tied 3rd behind Lydia Ko, and at the Paris Olympics she couldn't defend her gold. But her season still roared. And in the 2024 Solheim Cup at Robert Trent Jones Golf Club, she went 3-1-0 as Team USA won 15.5 to 12.5. That's leadership.
Then 2025 is quieter for wins, but still high level. Runner-up at the US Women's Open to Maja Stark, who's a rising Swedish major winner. She also briefly loses number 1 to Athaya Thitikul, a Thai phenom. The LPGA top tier is seriously deep.
And 2026, she's back to stacking. She wins the Hilton Grand Vacations opener, then the Chevron by 5 with a record-tying 54-hole pace, the Riviera Maya Open, and caps it with her first U.S. Women's Open at Riviera, closing 69 under Sunday pressure. That's a career-completing kind of major.
Zooming out, her sponsorships mirror her dominance. TaylorMade, Nike, Delta, T-Mobile, those are blue-chip signals. She's also featured on Forbes 30 Under 30 and ranked by Sportico as a top-earning female athlete in 2024 with $14.4 million. Performance plus brand equals reach.
We'll touch on her broader cultural reach a bit later. Okay, here's where we go next. the 5 consecutive wins conversation. Some people frame it as 5 consecutive starts rather than 5 consecutive events on the schedule. Do you think that definition changes the weight of the achievement?
I'd say no. The LPGA historically counts streaks by starts. If you win every time you tee it up for 5 straight outings, across courses, and even formats like match play and stroke play, that's elite adaptability. Skipping an event doesn't make your win the next week any easier.
I get that, and it's consistent with how Annika Sorenstam and Nancy Lopez are cited. My only pause, honestly, is clarity for fans. If a legend won 5 in a row without skipping any, and another won 5 starts with gaps, it's fair to say the second followed the player-based metric, not the calendar-based one. Transparency helps.
Totally fair. And to your point, comparing across eras gets messy when schedules and co-sanctioned events differ. But the streak still lives in rare air. It took both ball striking and short game poise, plus playoff grit against names like Lydia Ko and Leona Maguire.
So maybe the balanced take is this. 1, it's unquestionably historic among the greatest streaks ever. 2, when we present it, we use the precise phrasing, 5 consecutive starts. That keeps it clean for comparisons, right?
Yeah, that checks out. And the context matters too. She grabbed that streak while toggling between formats, with travel and with the scrutiny that follows number 1. The more you zoom in, the more impressive it looks.
Switching gears just a little, pop culture and profile. Besides Happy Gilmore 2, that Forbes 30 under 30 nod, and the Sportico earnings list show she's crossed over from golf-only fame. That's reach into business pages and entertainment, not just leaderboards.
And with that partner lineup, her brand matches her game. It's also a signal to junior players about what dominance can look like in the women's game in this era.
Let's unpack a what if. What if she had birdied the 18th at the Tokyo Olympics to shoot 59 in round 2? That's the magic sub-60 number everyone whispers about. I picture a media tidal wave. Every shot after that becomes archival. I wonder if it would have added pressure or maybe, paradoxically, loosened her up because she already made history mid-event.
I think it would have detonated the sponsorship machine. A 59 at the Olympics would live on every highlight reel forever. And it might have shifted her narrative. Not just Olympic gold medalist, but owner of one of the greatest single rounds ever recorded on sport's biggest global stage. That's legacy fuel.
Why does a single number like 59 carry that weight, though?
Because in tour golf, breaking 60 is like touching rare air. It's a shorthand for an almost flawless day. Add the Olympics context, and it becomes a landmark moment, not just a score. Even without the 59, that 62 set the tone for her gold. Stay curious, everyone, and keep exploring the world of sports.
Thanks for tuning in. See you next time on Laid Back Learning with Leah and Garrett.